Yo, Lee Q here, and we are in the barbershop. Let's get down to business. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's going to be a little bit of a different type of video. Okay, so these barbershop talks are going to be different. So first, I want to thank everybody that supported the merry-go-round once again. I want to thank you. I think the views are coming up to 5k now, so I'm humbled by that. Fully appreciate everybody, and I am still working on the next project, but we're not going to be talking about music this morning. So what I do want to talk about is I want to talk about mental health in the current times. So we all know that COVID's kind of hammered the whole world, and people have lost people are dying, etc. And you've got two different types of people. We've got the people that want the vaccine, we've got the people that want everybody to stay at home and abide by the government's rules in order for us to come out of the situation. And then we have the other side of the people that don't want no vaccine, they don't trust the government, they don't like what they're seeing, they don't believe that it's genuine, people are being called, it's all a bigger agenda via the government, by the few onto the many. So we have those two types of people, and I don't think any of that information is not known to most of society at the moment. I'm not going to give you my opinion on which side I'm on, or my opinion on it, because that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is how single mothers are coping right now, especially if they've got more than one child. If you've got two children and you're a single mom and you're stuck in your house right now, and you're not a key worker, so your kids ain't going to school, and you're just stuck in the yard trying to entertain your children 24/7 a day, is mad. How are you doing that? Like, I've got mad empathy for those people, those single moms or single fathers, same thing. And the families, like the dads and the moms that ain't working right now, and they're stuck in the house with children, driving them crackers when they've already got mental health issues themselves. And come on, let's have it right, people. I think we've all had some sort of mental health issue with what's gone on last year and this year. It just seems to be never ending. You get me? And even I feel like that. It feels like it's never ending, and it's just not coming to an end. It's beyond me. We've all had these mental health issues. Anybody who's denying it, then you're in denial. I think if you're a gym goer and you're not going to the gym no more, and your endorphins ain't getting pushed around your body anymore, then it's gonna affect your mentality. If you are a busybody and you're running around doing this, doing that, and you like to stay working, stay grinding, stay out there, and you can't do that no more, it's going to be affecting your mental health. If you're a young child, do you get what I'm saying? And you are involved in sports, involved in dance groups, involved in whatever it may be, and it's just been taken away from us all. And I think that's going to affect us all mentally in some way, shape or form, even if we don't realise it. So I want to talk to you about that, really. How are people coping with lockdown? That's the first. How are you coping? What are your coping mechanisms? Do you know what I mean? How's it been? I don't want it to be too negative, but I just want to know what people are doing to cope. Obviously, we know that just walking the dog, going on walks, daily exercise, training, gym, like trying to do your gym thing if you've got a gym in your garden or whatnot. But the majority of people, they don't really have none of that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we walk the dog and whatnot, but we don't have no basketball court in our house where we can go and do basketball with the 6 or 7 brothers that we've got that are in our bubble. Do you know what I mean? It just don't work like that. So how are people coping? How are you single moms coping? How are you gym guys coping? Do you know what I mean? Without going to the gym and whatnot. How are you workaholics coping? You know, these are things that we should talk about, because talking's good. And right now, I just kind of, one of the things I want to stop there. So one of the things that have affected me the most throughout this COVID pandemic is people wearing masks. Because if I'm talking to you like this, you can't see who I am, you can't hear me, you can't see who I am. There's no cluster gestures in my face. There's no identity. It's almost like my identity has been taken away when I've got a mask on, and that's like for everybody else that I see, and that really affects me. It affects it. I don't know why. Obviously, there's theories from the past and whatnot that we can go and dive into if we really want to go deep, but we're not going to go there. Just the general mask over your face takes away your identity. And I think that's important for people to realize. Like, it's almost like our humanity's gone. That's how I feel about it. I know that people will say, well, it's you know, it's needed. It's the measures that we need to be taking right now and whatnot. Yeah, okay, that you're entitled to your opinion. I'm just saying that that's how I feel about it. When there's masks on there, it's just like there's nobody there. I was opening the shop door for a woman this morning. She was too scared to come close enough to say thank you for me to hear her because of the situation. So that bothers me. It really does bother me, you know what I mean? So that's one of the things that's affected me massively, you know. And sometimes it does, you know, at night it affects my mentality. I'm sitting there thinking, wow, the world's changed so much. What are the things that have affected you the most? Do you know what I mean? One of the things that have affected you too, I don't know. What are they about this whole pandemic? Cobra, stop. You know, let's talk about it. Talking about it's going to be good. Stop it. Leave it. You're going to burn yourself. I got the heater there. It's cold. But yeah, so you know, I believe that if I've got a mask on my face, blah, 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 then my identity's gone or whatnot. Do you get me? So it's almost like my humanity's been taken away, etc. And if people ain't talking about it, if we're not talking to each other now, when are we going to talk to each other? When are we going to cling on to that little bit of humanity that we've got, like this talk, Barbershop Talkz? Obviously, Barbershop Talkz is something that used to happen, and we used to use it as therapy from back in the day. So I'm trying to push that narrative and continue to go with that. Sorry, go and sit down. Yeah, so the Barbershop Talkz was from back in the day, and I want to try and continue to push that narrative and encourage people to continue to talk to each other, whether it's over technology and social medias, or whether it's on the phone, or whether it's via Zoom, etc. Zoom and everything else, I personally don't like to use them that much. Because I just feel like they're trying to force us and move us into a new day and age and make us accept that society is never going to be the same again. And I don't want to accept that. I want the old society back. I want things back to normal. I'm on about fully back to normal. I want to be able to run into a crowd and hug somebody. I want to be able to walk into a club and drink a drink through a straw without worrying about the germs and the bacteria that's on the straw and whatnot. I want to be able to hold a door handle without having to go wash my hands or have a wipe or have sanitizer and whatnot. I want to be able to do that again. You know what I mean? I want to be able to go hug my mom, go hug my nan, go check my brother, go see my sister, go and check my friends, talk to them, laugh with them, eat with them, go from there, go studio, see the producer, etc, etc. I want to be able to do all of that without the forefront of my mind thinking COVID. What about this? What about that? Who am I keeping safe? Who am I putting at risk? Am I at risk? I don't want to have to live like that no more. Do you get what I'm saying? So I can't accept that society is never going to be like that again. If you're with me, obviously this is just totally my opinion. It's nobody else's opinion, so I don't expect people to agree or disagree with me. I'm just giving you how I feel about it. Yeah, and there's been times when my mental health's been affected because of that. It has. Like, the boredom is unreal, especially when you're somebody like me. But not just me, there's so many people that live this way. Go out, go to work, finish work, do this, do that, hit the gym, come from the gym, blah, blah, blah. We do all of that. Like, there's so many of us that do that on a regular basis. Having it all stripped away has affected me. It affected my mental health, and I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Don't get me wrong, I'm busy. I'm still working on things. I'm pushing things forward. I'm staying to my grind. I'm keeping to the goals. I'm still trying to achieve and excel and get to a pivot and then pivot more. But in general, I'm bored. Can't go nowhere, can't do anything, you know. There's no clubs, there's no pubs, there's no restaurants, there's no live performances, there's nothing. Even when you're going shopping, it's all different. The whole world's changed. So I want to just encourage people to talk about it, because we need to talk. We need to keep our sanity, right? So if you're happy, you can talk on the channel. Obviously, don't put things in there that are too deep because it's public. But if you're happy to post in there and let me know what's affecting you, what lockdown's doing to you, how you're coping and whatnot, you know, have a conversation with a community. Let's see if we can get a community going where we can talk about the things that have affected us and what's happening right now, or about things that are completely different. Wide range. Let's keep it a wide range. Let's open it up, whether it be music, you know, all are down to ice hockey. Let's go. Let's talk. You know, I noticed that Lady Leisha's on Dancing on Ice. That's interesting. I seen that this morning. I'm gonna cop that. I'm gonna watch that performance still. That's interesting because that's not something that you see somebody from our community go and do on a regular basis anyway. So yeah, rate her for that. That's just me throwing something else in there. But yeah, so the second thing I want to talk about is Indian giving. This is something that's really hated by me, and I use hate's a strong word, but I do hate it. And I'm not saying that I hate the people that do it, I'm just saying I hate the actual fact, the actual process of Indian giving in general. Obviously it's spoke about in certain books. I'm not going to promote any books, but it's spoken about in certain books and whatnot. Indian giving, I'm going to break it down. So Indian giving is where you give, but you're only giving so that you can take the recognition of giving. I don't agree with that kind of behaviour. I don't agree with that behaviour, and there's been a few people that do that. So around me, there's been a few people that do that around me and whatnot. And although you might even be doing it out of genuine, just want to be a good person. You want people to see how good you are. Okay, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't believe that that's necessarily a bad thing. Wanting people to see how good you are, that's not really a bad thing. But it's at whose expense you do it at that makes it bad. Now people don't understand me. Some people don't get this, but for me, if you're gonna give me something and then go and talk about it so that people can see how good you are, that's absolutely fine. But don't do that if I'm asking you for something that I haven't got. And the reason why I'm saying that is because then what it makes it look like is it looks like you came to my aid in my time of need. Now this is where it changes, because if you come to somebody's aid in their time of need, you shouldn't be promoting that they were in need. I just got a message, I was just reading it. You shouldn't be promoting that they're in need. You shouldn't be doing that. If they're in despair or they're in need, you shouldn't be promoting that. If you're gonna help them genuinely from the genuinity of your heart. Don't help them to go and tell Tom and Jerry and Zion down the block. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't do that, man. Why do that? You know, and there's other people like people will give and then they'll write a list. Like I know so many people who do this, that they'll say, oh well, I'll help you, I can do this and I can do that and whatnot. Yeah, it's no problem, man, don't worry about it, say nothing. Yeah, I've seen loads of that. And then what they'll do is they'll turn their back, they'll grab their pen, which is in there or whatever, yeah, and they'll make a list. Oh, I helped him with that, 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 I helped him with that. He owes me. No, he doesn't owe you. The only time a man owes you, yeah, is if you go up to him and he's in need and you say to him, well, I can help you with it, yeah, but if I help you with this blood, you're gonna owe me one. I'm gonna be remembering it. Be transparent. Be transparent, people. Don't do that, man. It doesn't look good. It's not healthy. It doesn't make you look great either. My personal opinion is it's bad mind. Don't do it. If you're gonna help somebody, help them. And if you believe that the help that you're giving them, you want something back in return for that, say that to them. And if you're gonna go and vocalize it and shout it from the rooftops and what, say that too. You know, so then people know exactly who you are, and then they can accept you for exactly who you are. So if you're gonna help me, like if I'm lifting something and it's too heavy for me to lift, and a man comes over and he goes, oh, I can help you lift that. Oh, great. But if I help you lift that, I'm going to tell everybody that you couldn't lift it on your own. And I'm going to tell everybody that everywhere I go, I'm going to tell them that. I'm going to tell them that you couldn't lift it on your own and I had to help you because I'm stronger than you, because you didn't have the muscle that I have. It's the same thing. Okay, that's not positive. That's negative. You know how the girls are, like the women of the future, they're all on the fix the crown, fix the next girl's crown thing and whatnot. And blah, blah, blah. Well, this should be the man's thing. Yeah, no more Indian giving. Don't help your brethren if you're going to talk about it. Just don't do it. Just say, blood, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to help you because I know I'm going to walk away and I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to help you because I know that I'm going to want something back from you in return in the future, bruv. And I don't want it to be that type of party. Just be real, be transparent. So then he has the decision. He can make that decision. Then he can say, you know what, bruv, thanks for your offer and that, but I'd rather not. Because you're just going to go barking everywhere about what you did to me and that, or what you did for me or whatever. Just allow it, leave it, just leave it. Yeah? So let's keep talking. Let's just keep talking. Don't help somebody, yeah, if you want something back in return. Obviously, we all want something back in return. I'm not saying that it's a difficult one, I get it, because no one helps anybody. You know, you expect that person to at least appreciate what you're doing for them. You expect that person to at least, you know, you help them because you know they'll do the same for you. Things like that. So there's that aspect of it, but I'm not talking so much about that aspect of it. I'm talking about a man's jumping to a man's aid to help him, or girl or female. This is just dialogue. Yeah, somebody's jumping to someone else's aid to help them so that they can feel better about themselves. Yeah, so that they can talk about themselves and they can go and spread it. They can go and let everybody else know so that they can go, oh, look how good I am. Don't do that. I don't appreciate that. And people that are on the receiving end of that, don't take the help. Don't take the help because the world is changing and people talk. People will spread your business the minute you have a tiff with them. People will bark out all of your secrets the minute you fall out with them, and it might even be over something really small. And that's the reality of it. That is the reality of it. Anyway, I've spoken enough. We're on 16 minutes or whatnot. So those are a couple of things that I wanted to speak about. So yeah, I've put those on. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already done it. This is the way that these barbershop talks are going to start going. We're going to start going down that type of route, talking about deeper things, talking about deeper subjects. If there's a subject you want me to kind of have my opinion on, speak on, then feel free to pop it in the comments and whatnot, and let's kind of push this channel and get it out there a little bit more. Like I said in the start, people, it's important that we all continue to talk with what's going on. And today I came in with a different energy. So the videos that you've been seeing, obviously Merry-Go was out, blah, blah, blah. We've been pushing that, we're still pushing that, and we're excited about it. We're excited for what's coming next or whatever. But I also want that different aspect. I want to be able to engage with you people and engage with you directly like this as well. Okay, so I've noticed that my subscribers are slowly growing, which is great news. Completely happy about it. But let's get some more into the channel rather than me. What about you guys? Let's talk about yous, yeah? So let's do that. Let's do that. I'm gonna be out for now. Got lots of work to do. Got to walk the dog. But stay safe, okay? Don't take nobody's help if you believe that they're Indian giving, and keep your mental mind frame sharp with what's going on outside in the world today. Okay, stay safe, mental mind frame, and don't take no Indian giving. Yeah? Peace. Lee Q, and I'm out for now.